Hello, my name is Michael Garrick, and this is Popping Culture Movie Reviews. My guest today is comedian Tanner Riley. Very funny comedian. Make sure you guys check him out. Thank you so much for coming on to the movie review.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
No problem. The movie you chose was Hitch. This is a 100% spoiler review. But before we spoil the movie, Tanner, do you think they should watch it?
Oh, hell yeah. I wouldn't have picked it if it's not a good one. I'm a big Kevin James fan. So I had to go with this is probably his biggest movie he's been in, I should say. So yeah, it's a great movie.
That's nice. Quick question. Big fan of Kevin James. I
Yep.
enjoy him also. If they were to make a Family Guy movie, do you think he plays Peter?
He could. He's pretty good. He's better than you. I've seen a lot of. I bet you he could definitely pull it off. Hell, the character that he plays in Hitch is, I mean, he's like fat, wears glasses. So yeah, I think he'll pull it off. I mean, there might be somebody out there that's better, but he could do it.
Yeah. I like this movie because it's like the adult love don't cost a thing.
Yeah, it's there's I like it. There's a role for like every person, no matter what. In terms of like relationships, there's no matter what you are, no matter what you consider yourself, or no matter what you consider other people.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, I agree. You guys should definitely check it out. It'll probably be on the USA Network tomorrow if you don't want to buy it or rent it. Um,
I'm proud. It's on all the time.
yes. Uh, so, Tanner, I'll let you kick it off, man.
Yeah, but like I said, I think it's it's relatable in that there are characters who are what you wish you were, or it's a world where things are as easy as you wish they were when it comes to relationships. Um, like people wish there was a person that could tell them exactly what to do to be able to win over the person they want to win over. Will Smith is that guy. There's the person who has no idea what to do to win over the person they want to win over. Albert is that guy. The person who is cynical and thinks that finds the flaw in everybody and just assumes no, there's the right person's not going to come. I'm too busy with work anyway. Eva Mendes is that person. Um, so I just think it's very relatable. It's kind of it's very unique in that the plot is unrealistic, but at the same time it relates to everybody so well because it's um, that plot is what everybody wishes, how they wish things could go. I wish there was somebody just tell me what to do, and that's what this movie is. Um, there's this person who gets the person that they never wins over the person they never imagined a million years they'd be able to win over. That happens in this movie.
Yeah.
So it's just relatable on that kind of unique level.
Yeah. Do you believe they can make this movie in 2021?
Yeah, I think they could. I don't think it's or anything. I just can't. So yeah, I think they could definitely make it in 2021. Hell, if they wanted to I think it's a damn good movie.
That's nice. Um, when it comes to Will Smith's character, and of course this is
Hmm.
a work of fiction. This no one's can give you that kind of tips. No one can
Right,
have stuff playing like that. No one can learn somebody that quick and be like, do this simple thing.
right.
But the way he plays this character, I believe, is just very much on point. Like the way he plays this character, it doesn't make it believable, but it makes it like natural to him. Like you expect someone like Will Smith to be able to do this. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
definitely sucks you into the movie, Will Smith's character. And then moving to Kevin James' character, do you feel like they made him too much of a loser?
No, I don't think they made him too much of a loser because he at least does a good job. And I don't know, it seems like he's successful. When you think about it, he's successful in every way, but in relationships and what to do in those kind of situations. So it's not like they took it's not like they took some guy that's just a bad person with no job, and he's just a jerk, and they have that person win over the celebrity Allegra Cole. They took this guy that's, I mean, I guess he's not tall, dark, and handsome. He's not like super in shape, but he is a super nice guy, and he does have a good job, and he does have good intentions. So I think they hit the sweet spot in that regard.
Yes. And we get to the scene where Will Smith kind of is like, man, I don't want to help him. Like, I don't want to help him. And then Kevin James really goes like, no, I want this person. I care about this person. Like, I really want this person. And then you get that scene where Will Smith's character is just like, I can't remember what he called him exactly. I want to say the big fish or something. I forgot what it was, but it was something like,
You mean when they're on the steps
uh,
when they first meet?
yes, yes,
Yeah, I think he says, "You heard of Michelangelo in the Sistine Chapel?
yes,
Michelangelo, Sistine Chapel, or something like that. Let's go
yes.
paint that ceiling."
Yes, that's it. Exactly. It was just one of those things where like he wasn't saying like, okay, this is gonna be a tough job. It was just like, all right, let's see if we can do it. Like this is like I'm game and this may not be the easiest one I've done so far.
Right, right, right. I
Yes.
mean, it's worth a shot. I mean, it's not like he's making promises or anything, or maybe he did in the movie. I don't know, but it worked out.
I mean, as comedians, we both know like, ah man, we get paid for the attempt, you know?
Right,
So uh
right, exactly right.
yes. So when it comes to the scene where they're on the steps and the 90% 10% scene.
The 90-10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's like I believe that's one of the funniest scenes from the movie. Did you expect him to kiss him?
Yeah, I think so. You could tell where it was going, or you could tell where you thought it was going. But it's one of those situations where it's funny enough to where even if you suspected the fact that it happened anyway, and the reaction, the what makes it so funny is the reaction. The Will Smith's reaction, and Kevin James' reaction to what happened when he does kiss him. Like he says, "You over eager son of a blah." It's just that the reaction is what makes it funny, because you had a pretty good idea what was coming.
Yeah. Yes. Um, what was and then we moved to when he Eva Lagoria, Eva Mendes?
Mendez, yeah,
Yeah, Eva Mendes, right? I see. Uh how did you feel about her character's introduction?
which was when they were at the club, and Will Smith's playing pool with Michael Rappaport, and she's over there. I think they did it. I really liked it because they had the guy named Chip that came over and tried to talk to her first, and she just wasn't having it. Not to mention he was going about it terribly. He was using like stupid lines, like "You look a lot like my ex girlfriend." On what planet is that going to work? I'm an idiot, and I know that's not going to work. Um, but it kind of sets you up to know that she's the kind of person that's just not going to fall for that. It lets you know that it's going to take a pro like Will Smith's character to be able to win her over.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, man. The only thing scares me about that line, because I've heard it like in jokes, but like I'm sure somewhere, somehow that line has worked and people are like, you know what?
Oh, it has, but I'm just saying that anything like any line somewhere has worked. That doesn't mean it's a good line.
No, it's not. It's horrible. It sounds
it,
horrible.
it
But
is
like
horrible.
I just would love to be in a room where I'm like, damn, that one all right, bro. Good for you. 1 in 10 million. Good for you. Look at that.
Right. If you would have to use it sarcastically, like use it knowing it's stupid, you know what I mean? Go
Yeah,
about it that way. You can't say it sincerely and be like, this is a good line right here,
yeah,
because
bro.
it's very much not.
Yes. It's definitely not something you say and was like, I thought about that. That was something that
Mm-hmm.
you know. Um, but yeah, her character really like made like Hitch character like more relatable in the sense that like okay, now he's had someone that like not that he met his match, but somebody that now doesn't it just doesn't look easy anymore. Because for a good bit of
Right.
the movie, it just looks like oh man, Hitch can just pull
Right.
anybody, you know. So
Yeah,
um,
it's very relatable. But that's the part where I mean, it's kind of like there's the person who you think that can get whoever they want, and then the fact that you see that person, like you said, meet their match. It kind of makes you feel good, you know what I mean, because it makes you think, well, okay, this could happen to anybody.
yeah, yeah,
Even LeBron James gets blocked sometimes.
yes. Oh yeah, true,
Yeah,
true, true. And then he flops, and
and then he flops.
yeah. Uh my biggest name for this movie, I just remember being like so proud of Eva Mendes. I was like, man, she can act. Like, I saw her in something before this, and it just wasn't a good movie. I can't remember it now, but like
Hmm.
that, like I just remember being younger and being like, wow, this woman has range. I've been really into movies my whole life, sadly.
Yeah,
Uh,
she does a great job.
yes, yes. Um, and then do you remember the scene where uh like Hitch does like what he does, and he takes her to I want to say her great grandfather.
Yeah,
Um,
in Ellis Island.
yeah, and it just so he was so used to being just so cavalier to where like he finally like overdid it, and she's
Hmm.
like whoa, wait, like her mind just clicks like why what how this is too much like
Right.
you jumped the shark on this one and yeah
Yeah, he shows her the sister of her, like her great grandfather, great grand that she never knew was there. Who, yeah, it was like an old family I think it was because he didn't know that there was like a family tragedy that had to do with the grandfather. I forget what it was. Like he did something really bad, or something really bad happened to him, and it was just too much for her to see his signature literally right there. It was just too emotional, and I think he didn't understand the situation completely, like with what had happened with the grandfather. He misinterpreted it and didn't realize that showing her his signature like that would be too emotional for her. Um, so he even said, "I saw that going differently in my mind." He said to the security guard.
yeah
So I think that's what it was.
yes yeah. And then to bounce back to Kevin James' character, how do you feel about the momentum where he like slowly starts like getting his confidence up?
Yeah, I think the turning point was when he said they were at the Knicks game on the courtside seats, and he said, "Great game, great whatever, great date." And she said, "Date?" And he's like, "Yeah. I mean, to me, it feels like a date." And she's like, "Yeah." So I think that was the turning point for him. She's like, "Oh shit," because he literally goes like, "Really? You think so too?" And that was the turning point. He's like, "All right, maybe I got something going here." Um, especially when he was able to teach her how to whistle. Like I can't do it. You put your fingers here, so it kind of gave him an upper hand that he knew how to do it. She didn't, so he got to teach her. So it was kind of like a power shift for, if even for that moment. The ball was in his court there for a second. So I think it was just the evening at the Knicks game in general.
Nice, nice, nice. And another one of the funniest scenes is when Will Smith gets allergic to shrimp. I mean fish,
Hmm.
shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I won't say what I'm allergic to, of course, because I don't want anyone that dislikes me to, do that to me. But
All
like
right.
I've had my whole like jaw get swollen before, and it was
Mhm.
hilarious to see on stream. But I can tell you, buddy, in real life, it is terrifying.
I would imagine I'm not allergic to anything. I mean, unless poison ivy counts. But yeah, if what they did with his face is anything like close to what can happen to you, that sounds like a nightmare. Like it's even though it's funny in the scene when he looks up and sees his face in the, he's like, it is not that bad, and he sees himself in the mirror and he goes, oh, and like he just grabs every bottle and starts chugging it, looking in, come on, and looking into the mirror. But I'm thankful that I don't have a I'm not allergic to anything that I know of to that level.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And then we get to the ending. How do you like how they wrapped everything up?
So it's, I think it's done well. So uh, what happens is, so she Allegra finds out that Albert hired Hitch, and she thinks it was all just Hit doing what Hitch said, when really it wasn't, something like that. Um, and Will has to go to Allegra and say no, that he's a great guy. Like he's the point wasn't to deceive you or anything. Albert shows up, thinks Will is trying to get with Allegra because they're hugging, and they, Allegra, like, Albert attacks Will Smith, and she explains, "No, get off. He came here for you." And so that they reconcile, and then Will goes to Eva Mendes' character, and pretty much explains, "Listen, like I want you," and she pretty much is testing him, like how bad. So she just gets in the car and drives away, and has the plan that like her brother-in-law is pretending to be her boyfriend just to see how far he'll really go, and he does. Like, he literally chases a car and jumps on the car. So it's very fairy tale esque, I guess. So they do a good
Yes,
job. Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
That ending is so movie. It's
yeah,
so movie
yeah,
magic. In
yeah.
real life, that's a felony. I'm sure it is. Um, like
Might be.
uh I have been in love and I am in love now. But for starters, I don't think love makes you like, let me test this out. Let me just see what he does in this crazy thing that I wouldn't want someone to do to me. Um
Yeah,
yeah, but like that ending definitely was like, all right.
yeah. It's a movie. They
Yes.
movied it up.
Yes, like very hardcore. Like that director was just, but it must have been like, hey guys, you know what? He's been in Bad Boys.
Hmm.
Let's throw this in there. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, we pay Will Smith this money. We're gonna use him. Um,
I will assume they used a stunt double for that, or just they
yeah,
didn't even actually have anybody jump on a moving car. They just made it look like it. But regardless, beside the point, I guess.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure Will Smith was like, nah, that's not. No, let's get
Yeah.
this guy that's not as tall as I am and not show my face. And
Yeah.
yeah, because I think I saw a picture of his stunt guy and he's not the same height at all. But but yeah, it was definitely if he did that or something similar, he deserves his money.
Right.
But you know what, the pacing in this movie, how do you feel the way it was paced?
I have no problems with it there, because I think it's I think it moves at the exact perfect speed the entire time. I didn't feel like it was rushed or anything. I never get. I'll watch it right now after this, and I won't get bored with it. Um, I mean, I think they do a really good job with the pace. There are no boring spots. You're never confused watching it. You're like, who the hell? Wait, what? I think it's done as about as good as you could do it.
Yeah, exactly. I agree totally. It's not one scene that I'm like they should have cut that out. I feel like everything was that was in there was meant to be there. And yeah,
Hmm.
I agree completely. It's a rom com.
Even even the scene that kind of strays away from the plot the most, I think, is the Vance Munson scene, um, where, well, both of them, where he meets with Will because he wants his, help, but Will realizes he's just trying to just get with this girl for a night. That's not what he does. That sets that character up. And then the next scene where, um, Eva Mendes ends up kneeing him right in the nuts. It sets up for the climax of the movie, and at the dating thing where they have the argument back and forth at the speed dating. So even the scenes that kind of stray away from the main point the most still are important. You have to have them. So I think they did a really good job that way.
Have you ever done speed dating?
No, can't say I have.
Me either, bro. I don't think I would enjoy it at all. Like,
I don't even think I've never even heard of one happening in real life.
I think they've had it in Colombia. I think I've seen it on Facebook, like Facebook
Really?
events. But I couldn't imagine being like, my game has just never been that good. Just not a minute, like not what a minute or 2 minutes of words that be like, hey, like I think it really is one of those things where it's like, all right, you attractive, I'm attractive. Let's go do something. Like I really don't think you can really say something. You could talk yourself out of
That's
a
what I
date.
was thinking. That's what I was saying. Like, if you only get 1 or 2 minutes, you might as well just submit a picture of yourself, and you just with the phone number underneath. It's like, just call this person if you're interested. Because what's going to happen in 1 to 2 minutes?
Exactly. Exactly. I think Tinder kills speed
Are you
dating.
there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, I think Tinder kills speed dating.
Yeah, I guess so. Because
Yeah,
I've never heard of it actually happening.
yeah, yeah. It's, maybe they're having like a few pop-up things because I have seen it on Facebook events. Like, well, last time I think I saw it was like 2018, 2017. So
Mm.
maybe Tinder did just come through and wipe it out. Because I can admit Tinder is a way better resource than switching tables every 3 minutes or 2 minutes. Um,
By the way, you froze on me for like 10 seconds. I don't know if
y-
that you saw it too, but
yeah,
anyway.
I saw it too. It's cool. I was just like, all right, we'll just play it off. Yeah,
Okay.
uh, cool. Uh, so we talked about the characters, we talked about the pacing. How'd you feel about the soundtrack?
Oh, the when I think about the soundtrack, the first one I think of is the music that plays at the end, where they have the dance line at the end. Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? That's the only time I've ever heard that song. But
How's the song go? How do they sing it?
are you just wanting to trick me into singing it again?
No, no, I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I
It's
just
it goes it goes, now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? No, there you go.
it's a
Everybody can just
great song.
rewind if they want. Yeah, they can just rewind if they want to hear me sing it
You'll have a dubstep remix soon.
again. Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, but it is a great song. Like it's a
It
great
is.
wedding song. Like that song is meant for weddings. Like you know,
Mm-hmm.
or
And then
like
like the verses are like real quick. It's just rap. I don't know
yeah,
who sings it, but
yeah. I can't remember it now either. But like it's meant for weddings, and I'm pretty sure like old people when they go to like workout instructors or something. I'm pretty sure
mhm.
they play it. Um, but yeah, I thought the music, like even throughout the movie, like the background music, I think everything set the tone for a really good rom com.
Yeah. I can't like I don't know like off the top of my head the names of any of the songs, but I just it's like there's a I don't know, like whenever good moments are happening, the background music, I feel like I can hear it in my head, but I can't quite put my finger on it. But I remember that it works well. I don't know.
Yes.
It sounds like I'm lying, but I'm not. The music's good in the movie.
Yes, I mean the way I compare it, because when it comes, because some people just don't like rom coms, and I'm not the biggest
Hmm.
fan, but I know when it's done well. Because
I, I'm a
have you ever?
fan. I'm a fan.
Oh, okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, buddy. Never mind. No, for real. Hey, man. So, when was the first time you seen Matthew McConaughey?
First time I saw Matthew McConaughey was so I went from
You saw him in what? I'm sorry.
Frozen.
You saw him where? Hello. Can you hear me now? Hello. Yeah. Hey,
Hear me?
buddy. Yeah, I have no idea what just happened.
Yeah, it's so do you want me to answer Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, let me ask you one more time, and I'll edit
Okay.
it. Like nobody will be able to see the frozen moment. So you say you like
Okay.
rom coms. When was the first time you've seen Matthew McConaughey?
First time I saw Matthew McConaughey was have you seen the movie We Are Marshall?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I went to Marshall, and so I was in I was in seventh grade, and that movie was coming out. So that was the first time. Um, and I'm more like Huntington, West Virginia. Marshall is like 20 minutes from here. I'll be there tomorrow night. So when that movie was coming out, it was a big deal around here where I'm from. So and he's like the main, he's the lead role in that movie. So that was the he's in that movie. Matthew Fox is in that movie, and um, Anthony Mackie is in that. So yeah, it was a pretty big movie. That's the first time I saw Matthew McConaughey. It's not a rom com, but
Yeah.
yeah.
When's the first movie you seen Gerard Butler in?
Gerard Butler, probably 300.
Okay. Like
Yep.
a lot of people don't know
Also
this,
not
but
a rom com.
yeah, but a lot of people don't know this, but like if you look at their catalog of movies, like before they became action stars or like
Mm-hmm.
big lead, like they got their start and in rom coms, like both of them, like straight up rom coms. Like I mean, I think Matthew McConaughey's first like big movie was Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, but like both of
True,
them are like
true.
in a lot of rom coms. Like it's a good
Yeah.
stretch of just rom coms. Like it was crazy to find that out. But
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it, especially with Gerard Butler as like as masculine as he is. You wouldn't expect him to have a lane like that. But I mean, I guess he did.
yeah, yeah, you wouldn't expect him to be like a god of Egypt either. But yeah, Hollywood. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it doesn't really add up, but
yeah, it's
oh
Hollywood.
well.
Um, but to get back to Hitch, man, 1 through 10, what would you give the movie?
And like I said, I'm a soft movie critic, so I'll give it a 7.5.
Okay, I agree with that. I give it 7.5, 8. Yeah, that's right. In your opinion, do you believe that this movie has become a part of pop
Okay,
culture?
I think so. The because it's on so much. I mean, if it's not a part of it, then it wouldn't. You like we said earlier, it's on USA like every. So, short answer,
Yes, you said yes. You
yes,
said
yeah.
cool, cool, cool. Well, yeah, guys, definitely make sure you check out the movie. Tanner, thank you so much for coming on to the movie review. Is there anything you'd like to say to your fans?
Go watch Hitch. Great movie.
Nice, nice. Where can they follow you?
At Tanner Riley 31. So at Tanner Riley 31 on Twitter and Instagram.
Cool, cool. And
By the way, I'm also at Tanner Riley on Venmo. If you want to send me some money, that's cool too.
guys, yeah, send. Hey, he's a struggling comedian. He's moving up to New York. Please help him out. Like I said, he's
Joking, of
hilarious.
course. Joking, of course. But what's going to
Well,
happen is people are going to send me requests, and I'm going to accidentally accept it.
yeah, that could happen. You're right. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I would. Okay. Yeah, you don't want that to happen. Um, but yeah, guys, very funny comedian. If he's in your city, definitely make sure you check him out. Um, and like I said, man, thank you again for coming on to the movie review. Thank you guys for listening and have an amazing day.